Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invites you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. You know, the lives of Holmes and Watson were not always filled with action. They spent many a quiet evening at home in Baker Street, discussing the problems of the world over a glass of port. You know, it seems that no wine is more expressive of friendship and hospitality than port. And I'm sure there's no port wine more enjoyable than Petri California port. Try a good glass of Petri port after dinner some evening, or any time you get together with your friends. You'll love the rich, ruby red color of that Petri port. You'll love its smoothness and full body, its remarkable and wonderful flavor, a flavor that comes straight from the heart of luscious, hand-picked grapes. Serve that Petri port alone, or serve it together with cake or cookies or with fruit. Yes, and serve it proudly. You can, because the name Petri is the proudest name in the history of American wines. And now I'm sure our old friend Dr. Watson's expecting us. Let's tap on his study door.
Come in.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening, Mr. Bartell. Come over here by the fire. I was just having a cup of coffee. Would you care to join me?
Thanks, that'd be nice.
It'll prevent you falling asleep during my story tonight.
There's no chance of that, Doctor. From the hint you gave us last week, it sounded like quite a story. It began in a circus in Paris, you told us?
Yes, my boy, the circus. A colorful world of sawdust and spangles. A world, Mr. Bartell, that I may tell you confidentially, always held an irresistible fascination for me when I was a youngster.
Me too, Doctor.
In fact, when I was 8 years old, I fell desperately in love with a lady bareback rider. A stunning creature who wore pink silk tights with gold sequins on them. Unfortunately, my mother caught me writing her proposal of marriage, and I'm afraid that, that's another story, and one that you probably wouldn't find very interesting.
I'm sure I would, Doctor, but I think it would be safer to stick to your Sherlock Holmes story.
Yes, you're probably right, my boy. Well, it was a winter in the 1890s, and Holmes and I were in Paris. On our second day there, Holmes suggested we attend that night's performance of the Cirque Royale. Needless to remark, I was delighted, Mr. Bartell. And shortly after 9 o'clock that night, I found myself seated beside Holmes in a box near the ringside. It was an incredibly vivid scene, even for that city of color and light. The gay costumes of the women and the gaudy trappings of the ringmasters and clowns looked like a giant kaleidoscope under the blazing glare of the arc lamps. As we sat there, a brass band nearby blared forth some popular music of the day, and yet he didn't appear to be enjoying himself. And so I leaned across and touched his arm.
What is it, Watson?
Well, you're very quiet, Holmes. Aren't you having a good time?
A good time, I suppose, old chap. I was just wondering where Mr. Edwards is.
Mr. Edwards? Who's he?
An extremely distinguished client who was to meet us in this box at 9 o'clock.
Client, so this little excursion was on business. After all, yes, I might have known it.
No worry, old fellow. In your case, I think you'll be able to combine quite a little pleasure with the business.
Well, can't you be a little more explicit, Holmes?
Here comes the ringmaster.
C'est l'heure de vous présenter ce soir la grande vedette du cirque, Mademoiselle Gisèle Girondet, équestrienne incomparable.
Giselle Gironde, yes, I've heard of her. She's a bareback rider, isn't she?
Honest in France, old fellow. She also has quite a reputation as a femme fatale. 3 duels have been fought over her. A young English officer in the Grenadier Guards committed suicide last year because of her. And a famous French banker is at present languishing in prison because her extravagances drove him to appropriate funds that did not belong to him. Yes, Watson, she's an extremely colorful personality.
You know, Holmes, the funny thing, when I was 8 years old, I fell violently in love with a lady bareback rider. She wore pink silk tights with golden sequins on them, but unfortunately...
Here she is, old fellow. Here she is.
Holmes. She's exquisite. Look at the way she's jumping from the back of one horse to the other. Sheer poetry of motion.
The lady appeals to you, Watson.
By George, yes, indeed she does. In fact, Holmes, I don't mind telling you that if I weren't a married man and a poor
you'd like
man...
to court the lady, eh?
Yes, I should
Excellent,
be.
old fellow, excellent. That's the very reason for our attendance at the
Well, what
circus.
in heaven's name are you talking about, Holmes?
Ah, there you are. Good evening, Mr. Edwards.
Holmes, my dear fellow, how are you? I haven't seen you since that affair at Windsor Castle when Mother...
Excuse me, sir. I'm Mr. Mycroft, and this is my friend, Sir William Nigel.
Sir William Nigel?
Oh, of course. And I am Mr. Edwards. We must respect each other's incognitos, eh? How do you do, Sir William?
I'm extremely honored to meet you, Royal... Mr. Edwards.
How'd you like Giselle? Isn't she a stunning creature?
Yes, indeed she is, sir.
The purpose to have supper together after the performance tonight, I understand, Mr. Edwards.
Well, unfortunately, I can't be there, Mycroft. There's some stupid affair at the embassy which I have to attend. We must postpone the dinner until tomorrow night.
Oh, very well, sir.
Come over to my hotel a little early and we can discuss the whole business. Personally, I think a lot of fuss is being made about nothing. Now, if you'll excuse me, gentlemen, I must go back and see Giselle for a moment and tell her that I can't keep our appointment for tonight. I'll see you tomorrow, Mycroft. Good night, Sir William.
Good night. Good night.
Good night.
Maintenant, pour votre plaisir, les frères Salini, les jongleurs internationaux.
Holmes, what's all this mystery? That wasn't Mr. Edwards, it was the Prince of...
Watson, please. Discretion, old fellow. Mr. Edwards, as you know, is extremely democratic. Too much so, possibly, when one considers his position and responsibilities. He's become quite seriously involved with Mademoiselle Giselle, the lady bareback rider who has just left the ring.
Oh, so that's it.
The Foreign Office, quite naturally, I suppose, is deeply concerned over the matter, and I've been entrusted with the delicate mission of protecting Mr. Edwards.
Oh, does Giselle Gironde know that his true identity, do you suppose?
That's the first thing that we have to find out. It's possible that she is simply captivated by having a rich Englishman at her feet. If, on the other hand, she knows who Mr. Edwards is, then we may be in for a great deal of trouble.
Yes, but how are you going to find that out?
By tempting her with a richer Englishman. And one with a title. That, my dear fellow, is why you are Sir William Nigel.
You mean that...
Your job, old fellow, is to do your utmost to steal Giselle Gironde from Mr. Edwards.
But, I don't even know the girl.
We'll remedy that defect in a few minutes. As soon as the performance is over, my dear chap, I shall take you to her dressing room and arrange an introduction.
I must say, Holmes, the backstage life at a circus is even more colorful than in the ring.
What makes you say that, old fellow?
Well, I just saw a pinhead having tea with a bearded lady while a sword swallower was standing behind him practicing his act.
Oh, hello. See that man standing talking to the girl in tights?
Yeah, attractive, isn't she?
The gentleman is Inspector Vernet of the French police, an old friend and a distant relative of mine. Vernet, how are you?
Ah, Holmes, mon cher ami, comment ça va?
Oh, Vernet, please. On this occasion, my name is Mycroft, if you don't mind, and this is my friend, Sir William Nigel.
How do you do, Inspector?
Enchanté, Sir William. Permit me to introduce Mademoiselle Yvette Marat.
How you do?
How do you do,
How
madame?
do you do?
What brings you behind the scenes at the circus, may I ask, Monsieur Mycroft?
My friend Sir William is most anxious to make the acquaintance of Mademoiselle Gironde.
But of course, every man wishes to meet Giselle Gironde. Why not ask Bernet? He will present you to her. Ha! In no way.
Oh, now, Yvette, chérie, do not begin that all over again.
You're in love with her. You've always been in love with her. I wish she were dead. Sometimes I think I could kill her myself.
Upon my soul, Inspector, she's a fine little thing, isn't she?
Ah, ça c'est vrai, ça, Sir William. Many times I've told her that Giselle Gironde would never waste her time with a simple police inspector. She prefers a wealthy foreigner. But Yvette ne comprend pas. She does not understand and she does not believe.
Mademoiselle Marat was dressed in tights, Vernet. And what does she do in the circus?
She walks the tightrope.
Oh,
She's
yes.
queen of the high wire.
Mm-hmm.
A charming and a talented girl, but a most jealous.
Vernet, my distinguished friend Sir William Nigel is most anxious to meet Giselle Gironde. Will you introduce him? I should prefer not to appear on the matter at this stage.
Oh, mais certainement. I will take you to her dressing room. Please come with me, Sir William.
Yeah, right. I'll see you later, Holmes.
I'll be waiting for you, old chap. Good luck.
You're a lucky man, Sir William. Giselle has quite a penchant for the Englishmen. And when they are rich and have a title, I am sure she finds them irresistible.
You really think so?
Oh, but of course. Ah, quel dommage that I'm only a poor police. Here we are.
Entrez.
Giselle, monsieur, permit me to present to you Sir William Nigel. He's a great admirer of yours.
Yes, indeed, madam.
Ah, Sir William Nigel. Come and sit here beside me, Sir William.
I shall leave you. Au revoir.
Sit closer. There. That is much more cozy, no?
Oh, it's very nice of you to see me, Mademoiselle Gironde.
Oh, don't be so formal, my Englishman. You may call me Giselle, and I shall call you... Let me see, I shall call you Sir William... Willie! I shall call you Willie. You do not mind?
Mine, it's very delightful. Quite delightful, my dear. I was hoping perhaps that you'd care to have a little supper with me tonight, Giselle. So what about some oysters, a cold pheasant, and a bottle or two of Pomeranian Green 072? You get to taste rather well, don't you think?
Oh, Willie, I can see you are a perfect
Oh,
dog.
I don't know about
One
that.
moment, I get my cloak.
Well, you know, Giselle, it's a funny thing.
What is the funny thing, Willie?
When I was 8 years old, I fell violently in love with a lady bareback rider at a circus. History seems to be repeating itself.
Here.
Alfieri, do you no longer knock when you come to my door?
Who is this man?
My name is Nigel, Sir William Nigel, my good man, and who may you be?
I am Alfio Alfieri.
I am Alfio Alfieri. And what is he? Ha! A trainer of wild animals. An ambusher. Raton!
You must not speak to Alfio where you belong. To me. Send this stupid Englishman away.
Fond of impudence.
Grossier. Belong to you. Giselle belong to no one.
Do I have to take him up?
Put down that way. Put it down, you scoundrel.
Next time it will be your face, Carl.
You infernal blackguard. Raising your hand against a woman. Shocking.
Bravo! Monsieur Willie has knocked him down.
He certainly deserved it.
Oui. And you in turn deserve something, Willie.
Oh, what was that?
Come close, Willie. I give it to you. A little kiss.
Oh, kiss? Thanks awfully.
Oh, Willie, you are so strong, so resolute, so brave.
Oh, it was nothing, Giselle. Nothing at all. Here, more champagne, Gus. More champagne.
Oh, Willie!
Giselle,
Oui, Monsieur Edwards?
have a box for the tomorrow night. I was hoping that
Oh,
perhaps...
I'm sorry, Monsieur, but my time is occupied. I am showing the delightsome moment to mon cher Willie.
Mademoiselle est mieux le collier de perles à 5 rangs ou celui à 3 rangs?
He says, which do I prefer? 5-string color pearls or the 3-string color pearls? What does my Willie think?
So that you can't hang too many pearls on a pretty neck like yours. I'll take the 5-string collar, my good fellow.
You're doing splendidly, Watson, splendidly.
Yes, but Holmes, I felt such a blasted fool handing that jeweler fellow a check signed by Sir William Nigel. You quite sure that it'll be honored?
Don't worry, old fellow. Remember who our client is. Money is the least important concern in this matter. On with the masquerade, old fellow. On with the masquerade.
More champagne, Garçon.
Willie, you are such a headstrong boy.
More champagne. Citadel, you dear little thing.
Good evening, Verney. Has Mademoiselle Gironde come into the evening performance yet?
Yes, Miss Holmes. I escorted her to her dressing room half an hour ago. Monsieur Edwards is in there with her now. At last, it seems, she has use for a poor policeman. Last night she found a threatening letter on her makeup table. Since then, she has been most grateful for my company.
A threatening letter, eh? Any idea who might have sent it?
Oh, yes, of course. I'm afraid I have, Monsieur Holmes. I told her to pay no attention. By the perfume of the notepaper, I recognized the sender. A jealous tightrope walker called Yvette Marat.
Oh.
Poor Yvette. She would make a very inferior criminal, I'm afraid. Still, Giselle asked me to stay outside her dressing room till the performance starts. You wish to see her?
Yes. Oh, good evening, Mr. Edwards.
Evening, Mycroft. Evening, Inspector Werner.
Comment ça va, Monsieur Edwards?
Look here, Mycroft. I think this little game's gone far enough. Giselle has just refused another invitation of mine. Now, I know who Sir William Nigel is, and I swear I'll tell her.
Don't you think, sir, that the lady is hardly worth bothering about? Surely this whole incident with William proves that she's a scheming little adventuress. A fictitious title and an apparently bottomless purse have shown her up in her true colors.
I could have told you the same thing without such an experiment, my friend.
Well, I suppose you're right, Mycroft. I've been a fool. An idiot who lets a pretty ankle turn his head. A conceited dope.
Let us just say, monsieur, that you have been a man.
Good evening, sir. Good evening.
Good evening.
Just going back to see Giselle for a moment, I brought us these flowers for her. I'll be back in a jiffy.
Just a minute, Watson. I hate to dampen your ardor, old chap, but the masquerade is ended.
Ended? What do you mean it's
It is no longer necessary for you to impersonate Sir William Nigel or to pay court to Giselle.
Oh, really? 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 Well, that's a great relief, sir. Great relief. I've hated the whole business.
Oh, yes, I'm sure you have. We appreciate the sacrifices that you've made, don't we, Sir Edward?
Yes, indeed.
Well, I must go back and see her once more, though. We had a rendezvous for tonight, and I must cancel it. Gentlemen, thing to do, you know. I won't be a minute.
Never have I seen a man more downcast. Obviously, with him, my dear Holmes, business was a pleasure. Alfieri, where are you going?
That Englishman. I just saw him go into Giselle's room.
To whom are you referring?
That man that called himself Sir William Nigel.
Right.
2 days ago, he struck me. I have to settle with him. No man may strike Alfieri.
Do not cause any more trouble, Alfieri. From what I've been told, you thoroughly deserved what happened to you.
Here he come now. You, English, you. Alfieri challenge you to a duel.
Holmes!
Chap, what is it? You're as white as a ghost.
It's Giselle.
What's wrong with her?
She's dead. She's lying there in her dressing room. Strangled.
Strangled? And only half an hour ago I spoke with her myself. Since then I've been standing in this corridor, guarding her door at her own request. Only 2 men have entered Giselle's dressing room since then. You, Monsieur Edwards, and you, Sir William Nigel.
What are you suggesting tonight?
I am suggesting nothing. I am stating that these 2 gentlemen are under arrest for suspicion of murder.
Dr. Watson's unusual story will continue in just a few seconds. Time I'd like to take to remind you that one wine that seems to be the outstanding favorite among the ladies is Petri California Muscatel. That's probably because, like a beautiful woman, Petri Muscatel is subtle and intriguing. Petri Muscatel is the color of burnished gold. And its flavor, well, it's the flavor of big, plump Muscat grapes, picked by hand, carefully and tenderly, and they're just full of wonderful, delicious juice. If you want to show that you really know the wine that women prefer, serve Petri Muscatel. Serve it after dinner or later in the evening. It's wonderful. And why shouldn't it be? It's a Petri wine. Well, Dr. Watson, so you and the mysterious Mr. Edwards got yourselves arrested on suspicion of murder.
Yes, Mr. Bartell. Holmes did everything in his power to persuade Inspector Vernet to release us, but it was useless. And so, while Mr. Edwards and myself were languishing in detention cells de la Sûreté, Holmes and the French inspector were examining the dressing room of the dead woman.
I'm sure, Inspector Vernet, that being as keen a detective as you are, you must suspect the true identity of Mr. Edwards.
Of course, Monsieur Holmes. But that is the danger of incognitos. If he chooses to assume the identity of plain Monsieur Edwards, then he must run the risks of plain Monsieur
And you're convinced that either he or my friend strangled Mademoiselle Grandet?
It is obvious.
Then I'll have to prove to you that they didn't. Let me examine the body again. No. If she had been strangled by either of my friends, why would her body be lying here under the window? It's as far away from the door by which they left this room as possible.
That proves nothing.
No, but it's odd.
Giselle was a strong girl. There might easily have been a struggle. Perhaps she tried to get away through the window.
And yet there are no marks of violence on her throat. Just this piece of very fine cord that did its deadly work so cleanly. Cut with a knife.
Please do not remove the cord, Monsieur Holmes. The body has not yet been photographed.
Dear me, Vernet, you're making it very hard for me, aren't you? You notice, of course, that the window is open.
Yes, but we have examined the snow outside. There were no footprints within 3 yards of the window. The The murderer must have entered by the door that I was watching.
Yes, it would be hard, even for a professional acrobat to jump in. An acrobat? Vernet, your young friend, Mademoiselle Yvette Marat, is a tightrope walker.
Yvette, but...
Yes, she's certainly alibi. She'd even sent a threatening letter. I heard her express hatred and jealousy for this dead woman. It's conceivable that she could enter a room by a window without leaving footprints in the snow. Where was she at the time of the murder?
I do not know. I was waiting for her in the corridor.
Then I suggest that we investigate her alibi at once. And after that, Inspector, I must pay a visit to the Sûreté. I don't want my friends to think that I've deserted them. Excuse me, sir.
Yes, Holmes.
I'm afraid it looks rather black. As I was telling you, Yvette Marat, the tightrope walker, was able to establish a completely satisfactory alibi. Vernet still suspects you or Dr. Watson.
Well, that's ridiculous.
May I ask you a very straightforward question, sir?
Of course.
I can well understand that if you had gone into the dressing room and found the woman already murdered, you might easily be tempted to conceal the fact, to avoid a scandal involving your person. Will you swear to me, sir, on your true identity, that Giselle was alive when you left her?
She was, Holmes. I swear it.
Thank you, sir. That's all I wanted to know.
Holmes, I'm glad to see you. You know, I've been thinking. All this depends on Vernet's evidence. But supposing he was the murderer. He told us that Giselle had turned him down, you know.
I thought of that, but Mr. Edwards swears that Giselle was alive when he left the room. And yet that means that Mr. Edwards... Oh, no, it's unthinkable.
Holmes, you're not suggesting. Holmes, if I thought that were possible, I'd confess to the murder myself. My life wouldn't matter if it had set a scandal like that. Great Scott, it would shatter the empire.
Dear old Watson, you shall not sacrifice yourself. You're as valuable a British institution as the Lion himself. No, my dear fellow. We shall never sacrifice you, not while my mind is still capable of... My mind? That's it. Thank you, Watson. You've given me the answer.
Holmes, what are you burbling
Be
about
patient,
now?
old fellow. In half an hour, you'll be out of this cell, and the real murderer will be in it.
Questions. Why must Alfieri answer so many questions?
Because he will not yet tell the truth. You murdered Giselle Girondet.
How many times I have to tell you I did not kill her? Why should I want to harm her?
Because you were jealous. Because she humiliated and tormented you.
But I was not in her dressing room. I've already proved that fact. Am I a magician that I can kill somebody without entering a room?
Alfieri, I know how you killed Giselle Girondet without its necessitating your entering this room.
And you're a smart man. Please do tell me.
I don't need to tell you. With the aid of Vernet, I'll show you. Open the window, Alfieri.
What game is this?
Very well, then. I'll open the window myself. Put your head out. Come on. So. Who do you see? Inspector Vernet standing 3 yards away, where you stood, and he's got your long training whip.
No!
Don't move! Stand there. The inspector doesn't your skill with a whip, but he wants to try a little experiment.
No, leave him alone!
All right, Vernet. I'm holding him.
Well, Mr. Edwards, well, sir, this is a pleasant change from a prison cell, isn't it?
It certainly is. Holmes, I can't tell you how grateful I am. I still don't quite understand how you did it.
Watson, in rather a roundabout way, was responsible for giving me the clue.
Oh, how was that, Holmes?
Well, on more than one occasion, old chap, I've had cause to deplore your rather florid style of writing. Tonight, I was very thankful for it. When I began to speak of the capabilities of my mind, suddenly I remembered a phrase of yours in which you referred to its whip-like rapidity and accuracy. That, of course, made me think of Alfieri, the animal trainer.
Exactly how did he kill the poor girl?
Well, sir, he stood outside the window, far enough away to leave no incriminating footprints. Called to Giselle, probably persuaded her to lean out, then snapped the whip around her neck, pulling it tight and strangling her.
And then I suppose he cut the cord and let the body fall back into the room.
Precisely, old fellow. We found a whipstock among his tackle, a whipstock from which the lash had been cut. The stub of lash left matched the cord around the dead girl's throat.
Amazing business. And I don't mind telling you, fellas, I'm very thankful to be through with it.
Yes, so am I, sir. In fact, I wouldn't be at all surprised if this whole incident cures me of my love of circuses.
Oh, I didn't know you had a predilection in that direction, Watson.
Oh, yes, sir. Yes, if you don't mind my saying so. When he was 8 years old, he fell in love with a lady bareback rider. Didn't you, Watson?
Indeed. What happened?
Well, sir, I don't remember her name, but she wore pink silk tights with golden sequins on them. I wrote her a rather hot-headed letter. Unfortunately, my mother...
Well, Doctor, that was one of the most unusual stories you've ever told. And I might say you played a very prominent part in that case yourself.
Oh, I suppose I did at that, Mr. Bartell. Giselle was a beautiful girl. Beautiful.
Boy, I sure love that nickname she gave you. Wheelie.
Yes, I thought it rather nice myself. Well, that is, I mean...
Don't get embarrassed over a nickname, Doctor. You should hear the nickname I had. When I went to school, all the girls called me Bottles.
Bottles? Oh, I see, from Bartell. Bartell? Oh,
Some nickname, like a prophecy.
What do you mean?
Well, they called me Bottles, and now that's what I like to talk about most. Bottles. Bottles of Petri wine.
Oh, I should have known.
And I'd like to talk about Petri wine because, as far as I'm concerned, it's the swellest wine that ever poured from a bottle. That's because the Petri family really knows how to make good wine. Well, they ought to. They've been making good wine ever since they started the Petri business way back in the 1800s. And since the Petri family has always personally owned and operated their business, they've been able to keep that fine art of winemaking right in the family, handing it on down from father to son, from generation to generation. So it's no wonder, whenever you want a good wine, you want a Petri wine, because Petri took time to bring you good wine. Well, Dr. Watson, what new Sherlock Holmes story are you going to tell us about next
Well,
week?
now, next week, Mr. Bartell, I'm going to tell you of a strange adventure that Holmes and I had in the swampy fenlands of Norfolk. It concerns a gypsy encampment, a child that vanished, and a horrible death in the murky depths of a fearsome quagmire.
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure was written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and was suggested by an incident in the Sir Arthur Conan Doyle story, The Adventure of the Three Students. Music is by Dean Fosler. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. The Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. Sherlock Holmes comes to you from our Hollywood studio. This is Harry Bartell saying goodnight for the Petri family. For a solid hour of exciting mystery dramas, listen every Monday on most of these same stations at 8 o'clock to Michael Shayne, followed immediately by Sherlock Holmes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.
Cabby!
Capital, my dear Watson. Let us return to our humble abode.
221B Baker Street, please, cabby.
From London, we present Shoscombe Old Place by Sir Arthur Conan Doyle, adapted for radio by Michael Hardwick, with Carlton Hobbs as Sherlock Holmes and Norman Shelley as Dr. Watson.
You know something of racing, don't you, Watson?
I ought to. I pay for it with about half my womb pension.
Then I'll make you my handy guide to the turf. Does the name Sir Robert Norberton recall anything?
I should say so. He lives at Shoscombe Old Place. My summer quarters were down there at one time. But you know, Norberton nearly came within your province once.
Oh? How was that?
It was when he horsewhipped Sam Brewer, the Curzon Street moneylender on Newmarket Heath. He nearly killed him.
He sounds interesting. Does he often indulge in that way?
He has the name of being a dangerous man. One of those fellows who overshot that true generation. He should have been a Regency buck. A great eye for the ladies, boxer, athlete, and about the most daredevil rider in the country. Came second in the Grand National a few years back.
Oh.
They say that what he's lost on the turf has got him so far down Queer Street that he may never find his way back again.
Capital, Watson. An admirable thumbnail sketch. Now, can you give me some idea of Shoscombe Old Place?
Well, only this is in the middle of Shoscombe Park in Berkshire. The Shoscombe Stud and training quarters are there.
And the head trainer is John Mason.
Huh?
You needn't look so surprised, my dear Watson. He was due here some minutes ago. But do let us have some more about Shoscombe. I seem to have struck a rich vein.
Well, they're the Shoscombe Spaniels. You hear of them at every dog show. They're the special pride of the lady of Shoscombe Old Place.
Sir Robert Norberton's wife?
No. He's never married. Huh? Just as well, I think, considering his prospect. He lives with his widowed sister, Lady Beatrice Falder. Matter of fact, the place belonged to her late husband. Norberton has no claim on it at all. When she dies, it reverts to her husband's brother.
So she only has a life interest in it?
That's right. She draws the rents, and Norberton spends them. Still, I've heard that she's devoted to him. But what's amiss at Shoscombe, Holmes?
Ah, that's just what I want to know. And here, I expect, is the man who can tell us.
John Mason, sir.
Ah, Mr. Mason. This is my friend and colleague, Dr. Watson.
Howdy do, sir.
How do you do?
You had my note, Mr. Holmes?
Yes, but it explained nothing.
It was too delicate a thing to put the details on paper. And too complicated.
Well, here we are, at your disposal. Oh, do sit down.
Thank you, sir. Well, first of all, Mr. Holmes, I think my employer, Sir Robert Norberton, has gone mad.
This is Baker Street, Mr. Mason, not Harley Street. But why do you say that?
Well, sir, when a man does one odd thing or two odd things, there may be a meaning to it. But when everything he does is odd, then you begin to wonder. I reckon the Shoscombe Prince and the Derby have turned his brain between them.
Shoscombe Prince is a colt Sir Robert has entered.
Oh, he's the best in England, and I should know if anyone does. But I'll be plain with you gentlemen now, because I know this won't go beyond the room. Sir Robert has got to win this Derby. He's up to his neck. It's his last chance. Everything he can raise or borrow is on that horse, and at fine odds, too.
Yes, but how's that, Mr. Mason, with a horse as good as that?
Well, the public don't know how good he is, Dr. Watson. Sir Robert's too clever for the Turks. He has the Prince's arse bell out for spins. They can't tell him apart. But there are 2 lengths and a furlong between them when it comes to a gallop. No, sir. His whole life is on the Prince. If he fails him, he's done.
It seems rather a desperate gamble. But where does the madness come in?
Well, first of all, you've only got to look at him. His eyes are wild. He's down at the stables at all hours. And there's the way he behaves to Lady Beatrice.
Oh? In what way?
Well, they've always been the best of friends. She loves the horses as much as he does. Why, Shoscombe Prince, when he heard her coming, he trot out to the carriage for his lump of sugar every time. But that's all over now.
Why?
Well, she seems to have lost all interest. For a week now, she's just driven past the stables without so much as a good morning.
You think there's been a quarrel?
Oh, a bitter quarrel, if you ask me, sir. Why else would he give away her pet spaniel?
Her spaniel?
Oh, she loved it as if it were a child. But he gave it away a few days ago to old Barnes, what keeps the Green Dragon down at Crendell.
Strange indeed.
Of course, what with her weak heart and dropsy, she couldn't get about with Sir Robert, but he used to spend a couple of hours with her in her room every evening. So that's all over, too. He never goes near her. She takes it to heart, sir. It's all changed, Mr. Holmes. Everything's changed. And something going on. Mark my words.
There's something more, then?
Oh, that there is, sir. Night after night, the master sneaks off down to the crypt at the old church.
Church?
Oh, it's an old ruined chapel in the park.
Oh, I see.
A dark, damp place it is, too. Bad enough by day. There's not many in our parts would think of going there by night.
Haunted, no doubt.
You may smile, Mr. Holmes. It's had a bad name amongst us for generations. Anyway, there he goes every night, wet or fine.
You interest me more and more, Mr. Mason. But how do you know all this?
Well, it was my head lad Stevens noticed him sneaking off first of all and told me. It's none of our business, perhaps you'll say. But we went after him. We waited behind a bush and saw him go inside the crypt. This jumpy work, all right, Fred. It'll be a bad job for us if he spots us.
He's no respecter of persons when he gets started. Still, I mean to see this out.
Oh, you can't see much from here.
Think we can go inside and take a look?
Oh, not in your life. He'd hear us for sure.
Oh, there's not much we can do then, except follow him home again.
Well, you never know. He might be carrying something to give us some idea.
Hey, watch out. He's coming out now.
Yeah, we'll keep down then. You'll come past these bushes.
Yeah, you're right. Well, his hands were empty, so where does that get us?
I don't know. We could take a look inside now he's gone.
Inside? Oh, I don't know, John.
Come on, man, come on. The master can go in there. I reckon we can.
Well,
I'll not rest easy till we get to the bottom of this. Wait out here for me if you like.
No, I'll come. Well, there's no one here.
No one or nothing.
Oh, and that's it. We can be getting back.
Hey, what's that over there?
Huh? Where?
Here. Oh, that's funny.
It's bones. Bones and a skull.
Oh, it is too. You been down here before, Fred?
Once or twice. In daylight, though.
I was here some time back when Master sent Higgins to see those gypsies weren't camping out in the place. And these weren't here then.
Are you sure?
Certain.
John, maybe it's... You don't reckon...
No, they're old bones, these. Must be hundreds of years old. Where they come from? Why should anyone drag them out and leave them lying around like this?
Yeah.
This beats me, Fred. It beats me. And beat both of us it did, Mr. Holmes.
You left the bones where they were?
Aye, lying in a corner with a bit of old board over them. And now, Mr. Holmes, take a look at this.
Huh? A piece of the bones?
No, sir, not them. This was a day or two later. There's a heating furnace under Lady Beatrice's room. It had been off for some time, but Sir Robert started complaining about the cold, so it started up again. And the other morning, when one of the boys was raking out the cinders, he found this bone. You can see it's been burnt.
What do you make of this, Watson?
Well, it's human, all right. The upper condyle of a human femur.
Exactly. Mr. Mason, could anyone who wanted to visit the furnace?
Aye, sir. There's a door from outside, and there's another to a stair from a passage where Lady Beatrice's room is.
Was Sir Robert at home on the night before the boy found his bone?
No, sir, he wasn't. He'd gone off to London.
Then whoever was burning bones, it was not he.
That's true, sir.
Well, these are deep waters indeed. Deep and rather dirty. Have you anything more to tell me?
No, sir. I think, sir, that's about all of it.
A few questions, then. When did Sir Robert give away his sister's dog?
Just a week ago today, sir. It was howling outside the old well house, and Sir Robert was in one of his tantrums that day. He caught it up. I thought he would have killed it. But he gave it to one of the jockeys and said to take it to old Barnes at the Green Dragon. He said he never wanted to see it again.
Thank you. Now, who keeps Lady Beatrice Folder company most of the time?
Well, there's her maid, Carrie. She's been with her about 5 years.
And is no doubt devoted to her mistress.
Well, she's devoted enough, but I'd rather not say who to.
Uh-huh.
Well, I can't tell tales of that sort, sir.
I quite understand. From Dr. Watson's description of Sir Robert, I can realize that no woman is safe from him. Don't you think the quarrel between brother and sister may lie there?
Well, the scandal's been pretty clear for a long time.
Yes, but she may not have seen it before. However, this scarcely accounts for charred bones and these mysterious visits to the crypt. Is there good fishing in that part of Berkshire?
Fishing, sir?
Fishing, Mr. Mason.
Well, there are trout in the mill stream and pike in the All Lake.
That's good enough. Watson and I are famous fishermen. Are we not, Watson? Precisely. In fact, you may address us in future at the Green Dragon, I think you said it was called, Mr. Mason. We should reach it tonight. I need hardly say that we'd better not be seen with you down there. But a note will reach us if you want us. Yes, thank you, Mr. Barnes. My friend and I are very comfortable indeed. Very comfortable. But tell me, what do you think about the Hall Lake and the chance of a fight tomorrow?
The Hall? Oh, no. Oh, that wouldn't do at all, sir.
Why, how's that?
Well, you might chance to find yourselves in the lake before you were done.
I don't quite follow you.
Well, it's Sir Robert Norberton, sir. He's terrible jealous at doubts. Oh, I beg pardon, sir, but if you two strangers were as near his training quarters as that, he'd be after you sure as fate. He ain't taking no chances, Sir Robert ain't.
I think I did hear that he has a horse entered for the derby.
Ah, and a good colt it is and all. He's carrying all their money, and Sir Robert's too. Oh, but by the way, gentlemen, begging your pardon, that is, I suppose you ain't on the turf yourselves?
Oh, no, indeed. Just two weary Londoners who badly need some good Berkshire air.
Well, you're in the right place for that. There's a good deal of it lying about. But mind what I said about it. Strikes first and speaks after.
Oh, we certainly shall, Mr. Barnes.
Well, thank you, gentlemen.
Mr. Barnes, I wanted to ask you, what breed is that beautiful spaniel I saw in the passage just now?
Why, sir, that's the real Shoscombe breed. There ain't a better in England than that.
Really? I'm quite a dog fancier myself. If it's a fair question, what price would a dog like that cost?
Oh, more than I could pay, sir. It was Sir Robert himself who gave me this one. That's why you saw he was tied up. He'd be off back to all in a jiffy if I give him his head. Well, now, you'll excuse me, gentlemen. Yeah.
Well, Watson, we're getting some cards in our hands, and we may see our way in a day or two.
Will Norberton be back from London soon?
Possibly. I think we might do well to enter the sacred domain tomorrow night, in fact. It'll reduce the risk of bodily assault with him still away, and there are one or two points I should like reassurance on.
Have you any theory, Holmes?
Only this. Something happened a week or two ago which has cut deep into the life of the Shoscombe household. Now, what was it? We can only guess at it from its effects. And they seem to be of a curiously mixed character. But that should surely help us. It's only the colourless, uneventful case which is hopeless.
True enough, Esbern.
Let us consider our data. The brother no longer visits the beloved invalid sister. He gives away her favourite dog. Her dog, Watson. Does that suggest nothing to you?
Nothing but the brother's spite?
Well, it might be so. Or, well, there is an alternative. But to continue our review of the situation from the time that the quarrel began, the lady keeps her room, alters her habits, is not seen save when she drives out with her maid, and refuses to stop at the stables even to greet her favourite horse. That covers the case, does it not?
Save for the business in the crypt.
Ah, yes, the crypt. Let us suppose it's merely a scandalous supposition, a hypothesis put forward for argument's sake, but let us suppose that Sir Robert Norberton has done away with his sister.
My dear Holmes, it's out of the question.
Very possibly, Watson, very possibly. He's a man of honourable stock, but you do occasionally find a carrion crow among the eagles. Let us argue upon this supposition for a moment.
Very well.
He's utterly in debt and may at any moment be sold up and his racing stable seized by his creditors. Now, he's a daring and desperate man. He derives his income from his sister. His sister's maid is his willing tool. So far, we seem to be on fairly safe ground, do we not?
Granted.
But he could not fly the country until he had realized his fortune, and that fortune could only be realized by bringing off his win with Shoscombe Prince. Therefore, if he had disposed of his sister, he would still have to stand his ground. He would have to get rid of her body in some way. With the maid as his confidant, that would not be impossible. The body might be conveyed to the crypt, which is so seldom visited, and it might later be secretly destroyed at night in the furnace, leaving behind it such evidence as we have seen. What say you to that, Watson?
Well, it's all possible if you grant the original supposition, but that's monstrous.
I think there's a small experiment which we might try tomorrow. It may throw some light on the matter. In the meantime, if we intend to keep up our characters, I suggest we call for a glass of wine and hold some high converse upon eels and dace and that sort of thing.
Good morning, gentlemen. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Barnes.
Well, I should have thought you'd have been away here fishing long before this.
Well, as a matter of fact, Mr. Barnes, my friend here rather foolishly forgot to pack our spoon bait for Jack. And as we gather there's none to be had hereabouts, we'll just have to forget about the fish.
If it was only an excuse to get away from London, really, we shan't miss it. Well, perhaps you'll think of taking a walk instead. Some very nice walking in these parts there is.
As a matter of fact, that's just what we're off to do now. I was wondering to my friend whether you mightn't be persuaded to let us take that dog of yours along with us.
Well, I don't see why not at all, gentlemen. If you can be bothered with him, I reckon he'll be glad of the exercise. I don't seem to get 10 minutes to call me own these days.
It'll be a pleasure. I think we need the exercise as much as the dog does.
This is the place, I imagine.
Yeah, those are the gates, Holmes.
The entrance to Shoscombe Old Place. I learned that the old lady's carriage comes through here almost precisely every midday as she starts out for her drive.
It's nearly midday now. You hoping for a glimpse of her?
More than that. The carriage has to slow down while the gates are being opened for her.
Yeah.
Now, when it comes through, and before it gathers speed again, I want you to stop the coachman with some question.
Yes, and you?
I shall stand behind this holly bush and see what I can see. And I think I shall also accidentally loose my hold of this good dog's lead. But quickly, Watson. I can see the carriage in the driveway now. Now, you know what to do.
All right, Holmes.
Oi now, mate. I say, pardon me.
Yes, sir.
Could you tell me, is Sir Robert Norberton at home today?
Oh, sir, he ain't back from London yet.
Oh, I see.
Hey, back there. Hey, where? Get my whip.
Hang on. Hang on.
Hey, come on, lady. You back.
Come here, boy. Come here. You're too valuable to lose. Well, Watson, that's done it.
Certainly caused enough excitement. Well, what did you see? There just seem to be two of them in now. The maid, perhaps, and the old lady, and yet...
Yes, Watson.
Well, the dog...
Exactly. He recognized his mistress's carriage, but found a stranger inside it. Dogs don't make mistakes. But did you notice anything else?
Well, I did think that voice, the one that called him to drive on, sounded remarkably like a man.
And we've added one more card to our hand, but it needs careful playing all the same. I think we'll arrange for another rendezvous this evening with our friend Mr. John Mason. And what better place than the crypt?
I can't stay very long, Mr. Holmes. Robert is expected back any minute.
Oh, very well, Mr. Mason. But before you go, could you show us the bones you spoke of?
Aye, they're in this corner.
Oh.
You be showing your lantern, Dr. Watson.
What's here, you say?
Aye, sir. Well, that's queer. They're gone.
As I expected.
I don't understand, sir.
I fancy the ashes of them might even now be found in that furnace you told us about.
Why in the world would anyone want to burn the bones of a man who's been dead maybe hundreds of years?
That's what we're here to find out. It may mean a long search, and we need not detain you. I fancy we shall get our solution before morning, though.
Very good, sir. I'll be off if you don't mind. I don't want Master to find me missing.
Thank you, Mr. Mason. You'll hear from me soon enough. Now, Watson, let us have a closer look at some of these tools.
What do you hope to find, Holmes? I said, what do you hope to find?
What have we here?
A coffin on its end. Made of lead from the look of it.
Then, unless I'm very much mistaken, recently tampered with. Just let me get my lens to it. Yes, as I thought.
And someone's tried to open it?
And succeeded, I should say. I think we shall now do the same with the assistance of my trusty Jimmy.
Always prepared, Holmes.
One never knows. Now, just a pull, Watson, if you please, and we have it. Now this.
Oh, this is no ancient corpse, Holmes. This is...
Listen. Someone's coming.
And who the devil may you be? Do you hear me? What are you doing on my property?
I also have a question to ask you, Sir Robert Norberton.
Who are you, I say? Out with it or by heaven...
My name is Sherlock Holmes.
Sherlock Holmes.
Possibly it is familiar to you, but in any case my business is that of every other good citizen, to uphold the law. It seems to me that you have much to answer for, Sir Robert.
Oh, it does it?
For instance, whose body is this? And what is it doing here?
Very well, Mr. Holmes. Everything can be explained, I assure you. Everything's all right.
I'm pleased to hear it.
Appearances are against me, I'll admit. But I could act no otherwise.
I should like to think so.
Oh, come up to the house, please, and you can judge for yourself how things stand. You have gone pretty deeply into my affairs, Mr. Holmes, Dr. Watson, or I should not have found you where I did. So you know in all probability that I'm running a dark horse for the Derby, and that everything depends on my success. If I win, all is easy. If I lose, well, I dare not think of that.
I understand the position.
I am dependent upon my sister, Lady Beatrice, for everything.
But if I'm not mistaken, her interest in the estate is for her life only.
You know that too, then. Well, it is so. For my own part, I'm deeply in the hands of the moneylenders. I've always known that if my sister were to die, my creditors would be onto my estate like a flock of vultures. Everything would be seized, my stables, my horses, everything. Well, Mr. Holmes, my sister did die a week ago.
And you told no one?
No, Dr. Watson, I told no one. How could I? If one word had got out, absolute ruin would have descended upon me within a matter of hours. I know these moneylenders and their methods only too well.
You see.
If I could only stave things off until the Derby, all would be well.
If your horse wins?
Well, if he doesn't...
In any case, surely your bets on the race and your expectations from it would hold good, even if your creditors did seize your estate.
The horse will be part of my estate. And my chief creditor happens to be the same rascally fellow, Sam Brewer, whom I once was compelled to horsewhip on Newmarket Heath. Do you suppose he would try to save me? Oh, Dr. Watson. If he got possession of the horse, he'd simply withdraw him from the race. My bets would be void and my ruin would be complete.
Sir Robert, what did your sister die?
Dropsy. It has plagued her for years.
Has the doctor certified to that effect?
No.
Then surely it is for a coroner to decide, not you.
I catch your meaning, Mr. Holmes. But I assure you, any doctor would certify that her end had been in no doubt for months now.
But it occurred just too soon for you. Well, what did you do?
You answer?
Ah, yes, Carrie. Come in. Come in, Norlet.
Sir.
Mr. Holmes, this is my late sister's maid, Carrie. Mrs. Norlet, I should say.
How do you do?
And this is her husband, Norlet.
How do?
These are the two people upon earth who can substantiate what I say.
Very well.
Well, as I told you, it occurred to me that if I could only stave things off until after the Derby, all would be well. But obviously, the body couldn't remain in the house, even though there was no need for anyone to enter her room but the maid. So on the first night, Norlet and I carried it out to the old well house.
I disclaim all responsibility.
As I might expect. However, the responsibility is not yours at all, as it happens.
You concealed the body in the well house?
Yes. Then there was a complication over my sister's spaniel. It used to follow her everywhere. Turned up at the well house door and stood there, yapping continuously. Wouldn't go away.
So you got rid of it to the landlord of the Green Dragon?
Yes. Even so, I felt that some more secure place was needed for her body, and Norlet and I carried it by night to the crypt. There was no indignity or irreverence, Mr. Holmes. I do not feel I've wronged the dead.
Ah.
Well, I can picture your thoughts. Perhaps you would have felt differently in my position. One cannot see all one's hopes and plans shattered at the last moment and make no effort to save them. It seemed to me that it would be no unworthy resting place if we put her for some time in one of the coffins of her late husband's ancestors. They lie in what is still consecrated ground. Norlet and
I disclaim...
All right. We opened the coffin, removed the contents, and placed my sister inside, as you have seen her. As to the old relics, they were burnt in the central furnace at night. Seemed better than to leave them lying there for intruders to disturb.
After that, it was but a case of arranging for someone to ride daily in your late sister's carriage, wearing her clothes and keeping up the appearance that she was still alive and well.
Just so.
Now, let me see. Who could that have been? Mr. Norlet, I imagine you disclaim all responsibility in this as well.
I'd like to know what you think...
Charlie.
That will do, Norlet. You're quite right, Mr. Holmes.
He impersonated my sister and rode each day beside his wife here.
Deceiving everyone except an unhappy dog who wondered where his mistress had got to.
And you, it seems.
It is my business not to be deceived. It was my duty to bring the facts to light, and there I must leave it. As to the morality or decency of your own conduct, it is not for me to express any opinion. Oh, there you are, Watson. I thought I heard you go out a few minutes ago.
I did, buy a newspaper.
But our papers will be delivered before long, won't they?
I know, Holmes, but I wanted one before.
Really, Watson, you've been uncommonly excited all afternoon. Yes, and now you're looking as smug as a well-filled cat. Pray let me into your secret.
You know what today is, Holmes?
Huh? Today? Christmas? Easter, St. Swithin's? I see nothing remarkable about it.
It's Derby Day. The Derby was run this afternoon.
Oh, really? Is that all?
I should hesitate to bore you with the particulars. The Derby was won by a horse named Shoscombe Prince, of which you have doubtless heard. He carried with him the blessing of my month's wound pension, that is all.
The name is familiar. My dear Watson, do come and give me the benefit of your opinion upon this specimen.
What?
Really, if it were not for the microscope, I do not believe we should achieve half the results we managed to.
That was Shoscombe Old Place, a Sherlock Holmes story adapted from Sir Arthur Conan Doyle by Michael Hardwick, with Carlton Hobbs as Holmes, Norman Shelley as Dr. Watson, Frederick Treves as John Mason, and Godfrey Kenton as Sir Robert Norberton. Production by Frederick Bradnam for the BBC.
This episode from the life of Sherlock Holmes will be transmitted to our men and women overseas by shortwave and through the worldwide facilities of the Armed Forces Radio Service. Petri Wine brings you Basil Rathbone and Nigel Bruce in the new adventures of Sherlock Holmes. The Petri family, the family that took time to bring you good wine, invite you to listen to Dr. Watson tell us another exciting adventure he shared with his old friend, that master detective, Sherlock Holmes. Tonight, instead of joining the doctor at his home, we're all meeting here at Camp Roberts in California, where the doctor's going to tell his story before a large audience of GIs, and as usual, I'm going to tell my story right now. It's about Petri, California sherry. And I want you to know that Petri sherry is the best beginning a good meal ever had. Before you sit down to dinner some evening soon, just pour yourself a glass of Petri sherry. Look at that rich, dark amber color. Just smell the fragrance of those wonderful grapes. And then taste that Petri sherry. Is that ever good? And say, if you like your sherry on the dry side, not sweet, then just wait till you taste Petri pale dry sherry. If some of the family like regular sherry and some like pale dry, don't buy one, buy two. You can't go wrong so long as you buy Petri. Petri. Petri sherry. And now let's join Dr. Watson and get on with our story.
Good evening, Mr. Bartell.
Well, Doctor, your study seems a little bigger than usual this week.
Yes, my boy. I felt that as tonight's new Sherlock Holmes adventure was rather an exciting one, the men here at Camp Roberts might like me to tell it to them in person.
I'm sure they will, Doctor. Which particular story have you selected?
One that I call The Strange Case of the Murder in Wax. It concerns one of the most sinister mass murderers who ever threatened the peace of London. It was in the summer of 1900, and the city had been rocked by a series of ghastly murders on Hampstead Heath.
Hampstead Heath?
Yes, Hampstead Heath. That's a large rambling park in the suburbs of London, Mr. Bartell, and noted as a rendezvous for young lovers. It was here that the elusive murderer, knife in hand, was wont to roam at night time, searching for his prey. All of his victims were young girls, and despite the frantic efforts of the police, each murder seemed to be as baffling as the one that preceded. Finally, of course, as usual, Scotland Yard came to Sherlock Holmes for help. It seems almost like yesterday, Mr. Bartell, that Inspector Lestrade stood in our Baker Street rooms, imploring Holmes to handle the case.
You've got to help us. I don't mind telling you the yard's at the end of its rope.
I sympathize with you, Lestrade, but I don't see that there's much that I can do. Only the police can handle the widespread, detailed work necessary to this case. The private detective is helpless.
Yes, perhaps if you'd come to Mr. Holmes in the first place, Lestrade, he might have helped you.
But the murderer hasn't finished yet. There'll be more killings if we don't catch him, you mark my words. Mr. Holmes, please help us, won't you?
Before I commit myself, Lestrade, give me the exact chronology of events, will you? All my information on the murders has been derived from the London newspapers, notoriously inaccurate in matters of fact.
I can give you all the particulars, sir. I've been on the case right from the beginning. All the murders have taken place on Hampstead Heath at night time, and all the victims have been young women.
Who was the first one?
A girl by the name of Oakley, Bessie Oakley. She was a shop girl who worked at Derry and Tom's in Kensington High Street. 3 weeks ago, she was out on the heath with a young fella by the name of Alfred Smith. From what he told me, it was a moonlight night that night as they sat there out on the heath.
Come on, Bessie, give us a kiss.
Oh, go on, Fred. Don't be so soppy.
I ain't soppy. Come on, Bess.
Hello. Who's this coming towards us?
Bloomin' prowler. Here, you, what you want?
Can't you say something?
Look out, Bessie's got a knife. No, you don't.
Devil, you hit my Fred. Keep away from me. Keep away from me, you.
And that's all I know, Inspector Lestrade. I never got a good look at him. He caught me on the head, and when I come to, there was poor Bessie with her throat cut.
Yeah, that's your story, young fella, my lad. All right, Sergeant. You can book him on suspicion of murder.
Sir George, we shouldn't be walking on the heath. Didn't you read about the murder here 2 days ago?
It's a fine thing. I take you out in the moonlight, and you talk of murders. Let's talk about us, Violet, darling.
It seems to me we should talk about your wife.
My wife doesn't mean anything to me anymore. Violet, if I could get a divorce,
There's someone behind that tree. He's coming towards us.
Who are you, son? What you... No, you don't.
Don't come near me. Don't.
Inspector Lestrade, she's dead, poor girl, I know, but a scandal can't bring her back. If there's any way to keep my name out of the papers,
I'm afraid you'll have to take your chances, Sir George. Oh, and Sergeant.
Yes, Inspector?
You can turn that boy loose, Weevil, for questioning. The man who did this is obviously the same killer. I'm afraid we're going to hear a lot more from him.
Light edition, evening paper. Hampstead Heath murderous strikes for fifth time. 9 girls murdered on Hampstead Heath. Light edition, evening paper here.
Now, look here, miss. You can't go walking by yourself on the heath. It ain't safe.
Oh, thank you, Constable, but I'm not frightened. I want to be by myself, and I want to think.
Well, I can't stop you by law, I suppose, but you shouldn't do it. Yeah. I don't know how to handle these modern young things, and that's a fact.
Inspector Lestrade, he must have killed her the moment she got out of my sight. I searched the old ruddy heath, but I couldn't find the murderer. But it did startle him. He left his knife in the body.
Good, Jackson. The body's not been identified yet, eh?
No, Inspector.
We'll print her photograph in all the papers. We've got to find out who she is. Mr. Bishop, is this the body of your missing daughter?
Yes, it's Rosie, my Rose. Inspector Lestrade, if I ever lay my hands on that murdering fiend, I'll kill him. I'll kill him with my bare hands.
Here's the story, Mr. Holmes. Rose Bishop was the 10th and last girl murdered.
But she was the first girl murdered when she was alone. Eh, Lestrade?
Yes, sir.
You found no clues?
Well, none that proved anything when we checked on them.
Let me ask you a question or two, Lestrade.
Well, anything you like, sir.
You've taken the obvious precautions, of course.
How do you mean?
You posted a heavy police guard on the heath?
Why, yes, sir. We've had 100 plainclothesmen walking there at night ever since the second murder. But he seems to slip through our fingers.
I suppose you've also posted policemen dressed in women's clothes.
Yes, Mr. Holmes. And we've hired girls to walk the heath in couples with our plainclothesmen. But the murderer won't seem to rise to our bait.
He's a cunning brute.
Yes, he is, Watson. Obviously a morbid madman obsessed by a hatred of love. It'll be hard to catch. Lestrade, you mentioned clues that amounted to nothing when you checked them. What were these clues?
Well, footprints, a couple of cigarette butts dropped at the scene of the crime. Nothing that helped us. The only important clue was the knife we found in the body of Rose Bishop, the last girl murdered.
Of course, the experts at the yard examined it.
Yes, sir. Didn't tell us a thing, though.
You have the knife with you?
Here it is, Mr. Holmes. I knew you wouldn't trust us. You'd want to look at it yourself.
Thank you, Lestrade. Yes. Mm-hmm. Interesting.
What is it, Holmes?
This knife is a collector's item. It's at least 100 years old, I should say. May I keep this overnight, Lestrade? I should like to conduct a few experiments of my own.
Why, of course you can, sir.
Then you're going to take on the case, Holmes?
Now, let us say that I'll take it under advisement. I'll do my best, Lestrade. I'll do my best.
Well, thank you, sir.
If any further developments occur, communicate to me at once, will you?
Yes, sir.
In the meanwhile, I'll smoke a few pipes on the problem. But I promise nothing, my dear fellow. I promise absolutely nothing.
3 o'clock in the morning, Holmes. You're still peering through your microscope at that knife Lestrade left with you.
That's true, old chap. That's quite true. You must be a very dull companion. Why don't you go to bed?
Oh, because I'm afraid I may miss something. Confound it. Have you discovered anything?
Yes, I think so.
Oh, what?
The handle of this knife is corrugated. On the underside, I observed a slight diffusion in the markings. Under the penetrating eye of the microscope, I found a minute deposit which had caused the diffusion. I have just analyzed that deposit. It's wax, colored wax.
Colored wax? Well, what does that signify?
Oh, by itself, very little. But when you combine it with a knife that definitely belongs to another century, it does suggest a certain origin.
I got an idea. Perhaps it came from the theater. An 18th century dagger could belong in a period play. And the colored wax might easily be part of an actor's makeup.
Excellent deduction, Watson.
Oh, thanks, Stuart.
However, my own theory would be that this dagger came from a waxworks exhibition.
Oh, wrong again.
Putty is used in theatrical disguises, but I don't recall the use of colored wax.
Whereas it is used in making waxen effigies, and of course the dagger would belong as part of the costume.
Precisely, my dear fellow. It's a long chance, but I think in the morning we'll make a tour of the various London waxworks exhibitions. If my deduction is a false one, at least we'll have the pleasure of a busman's holiday. We can visit all our old friends who died on the gallows. Any tired, old chap?
I must say I'm a little weary. This is the 4th waxworks exhibition that we've been to.
The 4th and the last. If we fail to find any clues here at Levesque's Museum, we can return to Baker Street.
Oh, thank heaven this is our last port of call. I'm so dizzy from looking at waxworks that they begin to look like human beings to me. Did you notice that I asked directions from the wax policeman at the entrance door?
Yes. I'm sure many people have been deceived in the same way. Uh-huh. Here we are.
Oh, Monsieur Levesque doesn't believe in understatement, does he? Look at that sign there.
Oh, gracious me. The Chamber of Horrors. Come in and see the pageant of murder. All the great killers of history reenacting their famous crimes. Well, let's go in, Watson. We should feel thoroughly at home.
Creepy in here, isn't it? I've heard that Mr. Levesque will pay £100 to anyone who will spend all night alone in the Chamber of Horrors.
Yes, I've heard of that challenge, too. Are you thinking of accepting the bet?
Great Scott, now I can spend a night here for 1,000.
A very comprehensive collection of killers, aren't they? Let's see, Williams, Wainwright, the Marchioness de Brinvilliers.
By George, yes. She was an attractive woman, wasn't she? As trim a pair of ankles as ever I've seen.
Yes, but you wouldn't have liked her cooking, Watson. She used the most lethal condiments of almost any woman in history. Hello.
What is it?
Look over there.
I was wondering when we'd come to one of your cases. Dr. Grimsby Rylott and the murder at Stoke Moran. Or the case of the Speckled Band. By Jove, Holmes, the tableau's extraordinarily realistic, isn't it?
Yes. One other old friends of mine are represented here. I should rather like to renew acquaintance with Ricoletti of the Clubfoot and his abominable wife.
Ricoletti? I don't remember him, Holmes.
Oh, one of my earlier cases, old fellow. I must tell you that story sometime.
I wish you would. Holmes, look, that veiled figure over there. Read the placard in front of it.
The Hampstead Heath Murderer. Well, how very interesting.
The face is covered with a black veil.
Is this pure showmanship, I wonder, or does Monsieur Levesque know more than Scotland Yard and I?
Good day to you, gentlemen.
Best cut. You startle me, sir.
Are you admiring my collection of murderers?
Monsieur Levesque?
Yes, sir. And haven't I the distinction of addressing Mr. Sherlock Holmes?
That is my name, and this is my friend Dr. Watson.
How do you do?
How do you do, Doctor? I am greatly honored to meet you both. What do you think of my Chamber of Horrors?
Oh, it's very impressive. We're particularly interested in this veiled figure of the Hampstead Heath murderer.
Yes, indeed we are, sir. Is there a face beneath that veil?
I'll let you in on a trade secret, gentlemen. There are no recognizable features behind that veil. This is purely for publicity purposes. The public always expects to see the latest horrors here. And I thought I'd titillate their morbid palates by having a mysterious figure representing the killer. Of course, if he is captured, I shall add his effigy to my collection.
You think he will be captured, then?
One can only speculate. He's a clever man, Mr. Holmes.
By the way, Monsieur Levesque, does your offer of £100 to anyone who will spend a night in the Chamber of Horrors still hold good?
Oh, yes. Are you thinking of accepting the bet, Mr. Holmes?
No, but Dr. Watson would like to.
I don't recommend the experience, Doctor. It's an ordeal that calls for nerves of steel. However, I shall be glad to arrange for it.
I haven't the slightest intention of...
Backing down now? Of course you haven't, old fellow. What time shall my friend return, sir?
About 11:30 tonight. I'll be waiting for him at the main.
Splendid. Come on, Watson.
Oh, Holmes,
Good day, Monsieur Levesque.
Good day, gentlemen. I shall be waiting for you tonight, Doctor.
Holmes, what the blazes do you think you're doing? I haven't the slightest intention of keeping that appointment tonight.
Well, of course you haven't. I shall keep it. Disguised as you.
You keep... For heaven's sake, tell me what you're up to, Holmes. You didn't even mention that missing dagger to Levesque.
No, because he knows something about the murderer. I'm convinced of it.
Well, why'd you say that?
As we were standing there talking to him, a breath of air from the open window blew back a corner of the veil. I'll swear that there are clearly defined features beneath it.
And so you're going back there tonight to find out?
That's right, old fellow. The superstitious used to believe they could use a waxen image to kill a man. Tonight, Watson, we shall prove that a waxen image can be used to trap a killer.
Dr. Watson will continue his story in just a second, so I'm just going to remind you that there are lots of ways to make good food taste better. But the easiest way is to serve that food with a good wine, a Petri wine. If you like a white wine with chicken or with fish, you'll love that wonderful Petri California Sauterne. If you like a red wine, then rich, hearty Petri California Burgundy is your wine. But if you don't know which you prefer, why not try them both? Petri Burgundy and Petri Sauterne. Red and white. Don't buy one, buy two. But always buy Petri. Well, Doctor, so Sherlock Holmes decided to disguise himself as you and spend a night in the Chamber of Horrors,
Yes, at Mr. Bartell, after dinner that night, he began to apply the makeup. It's uncanny to sit there in Baker Street and watch Holmes slowly turning into a very convincing replica of myself. As he did so, we discussed last-minute arrangements.
I'm promptly at 11:30, Watson. If I'm not back here by 2 o'clock, you better come out to me.
Well, should let me come and wait outside, old fellow, just in case there's any trouble.
No. You'd attract attention. By the way, do you recall the name of the last girl murdered on the Heath?
Yes, Bishop. Rose Bishop, wasn't it?
Exactly. The only girl who was murdered when she was unescorted. The body was identified by her father.
What of it, Holmes?
Levesque is a French name, and yet the gentleman had a decidedly English accent. I should say that he adopted a foreign name as being more suited to his profession.
I don't see what you're driving at. What's the connection between Levesque, the owner of the waxworks, and the father of Rose Bishop, the murdered girl?
Levesque is the French word for bishop.
Great Scott. You think that he knows who the murderer is and...
I know only one thing, Watson. I may see what's beneath that black veil.
There. Now, how's my disguise?
Wonderful. You look exactly like me, but how do you manage about the voice?
Well, I don't think that'll be too difficult, old man. After all, Levesque will very well.
Oh, I can't understand half what you're saying.
In your own case, old chap, that's a handicap that I've suffered from for years.
Rubbish. I'm perfectly intelligent.
Now, let me see, the bullseye lantern. Yes. Watson, I think I'll borrow your revolver, too. I probably won't need it, but for once I think it might be safer for me to go armed.
Here, Holmes. Now, do be careful.
I will, old chap. Don't worry. Goodbye. And if I'm not back by 2 o'clock, you better come to the waxworks and see what's happened to me.
Dr. Watson, you don't mind if I search you?
Oh, gracious, no, of course not.
And no lantern, please. The moonlight will give you all the illumination that you need. Oh, dear me. A revolver in your pocket. I'm afraid I can't allow that.
Oh, no.
Once before, a young man who unwisely accepted my bet left bullet holes in some of my finest waxworks before he finally went raving mad.
Gracious me, raving mad, did he? Wish Holmes were here.
Don't be frightened, Dr. Watson. Many of the waxwork murderers here are all friends of yours. They'll be good company. I shall come and release you at 8 in the morning.
Yes, but no. How about
Well, I've sealed all the windows with string and wax. I shall seal the door behind me as I leave.
Oh, that's very unkind of you.
Midnight. The bet is on, Doctor. You still wish to go through with it?
I suppose so.
Very well, then. I shall leave you now. Good night, Dr. Watson.
Good night.
Pleasant dreams.
Pleasant dreams. What's that? Gracious me, who's there? Oh, I would have sworn I heard something spring about in the shadows. Who's Holmes here with me?
The window. Quick, Scott, it's Watson. Now before his time. Well, here go the seals and the string. Up with it. Holmes. Holmes, you all right? Shh. I'm all right. You came early. But it's just as well. You're carrying a lantern. Levesque took mine with him. Come on in. There we are. One little quiet. I'm glad to see you, Watson. But what made you decide to come here so early?
Right, you left the start gate of Baker Street. He told me there was another murder on the heath at 7 o'clock tonight.
Another murder, eh?
I started worrying about you, Holmes. I had a premonition of impending danger, and I decided to come over here. You're not angry with me?
Oh, of course not, my dear fellow. I'm glad of your company, and I appreciate your concern.
Have you looked under the veil of the waxwork figure of the Hampstead Heath murderer yet?
No, I was just about to. Your lantern will be most useful. Come on, Watson.
Oh, what have you been doing? Just doing nothing?
Yes, I wanted to give Levesque an impression that I was here for the night, and I also wanted to do some serious thinking. I smoked 2 pipes on the problem, Watson, and I think I know the answer now. I'm willing to swear you'll know the face you see when I lift the veil from the waxen dummy.
Here's the figure.
Now, put your lantern a little higher, will you? That's it. I lift the veil, and who do we see?
Good Lord, it's the waxwork figure of Levesque himself.
Precisely, Watson. An unparalleled example of the self-betrayal inherent in criminal egotism. Levesque couldn't resist the...
Holmes, the waxwork is moving. It's alive.
Yes, gentlemen. Which is more than either of you will be in a few minutes.
You re-entered this room by a secret door, I suppose?
Yes, Mr. Holmes. And since you've displayed such a flattering interest in the Hampstead Heath murderer, I decided to remove the wax figure and appear in person.
Look out, Holmes. You've got a revolver.
Oh, no, Doctor. This isn't a revolver in my pocket. What would the Hampstead Heath murderer want with a revolver? This is a knife. I feel so much more at home with a knife.
There are 2 of us, Dick. Remember that.
And both unarmed. Which one of you meddlers wants to die first?
Look out, Holmes.
Watch it, The lantern smashed. Yes, and the moon's fading. What a pity.
Holmes, where are you? Over here by the effigy of Macbeth. How very thoughtful of you to provide him with a dagger, Levesque.
A wooden one, my dear Holmes. You can't escape me. I can feel my way in the dark here. I know every inch of this room. You're doomed, both of you.
Don't strike a match, Holmes. You'll make a target of yourself.
Devil with that. I'm lighting this newspaper. It'll make an excellent torch to set light to the nearest waxwork.
No! Don't burn my waxwork!
Wax on a wooden frame should blaze brilliantly. There we are.
Oh, you devil! You're destroying my life's work!
Holmes, that burning wax is pouring all over the floor. The curtains are catching light. The whole place will burn down.
Oh, my beautiful museum!
I thought this would smoke you out. Quick, Watson, at him again.
What's that knife, Holmes?
Well, Mr. Holmes, you've done it again. You've solved the case in a blaze of glory. Get the point, sir. A blaze of glory.
Yes, Lestrade, I get the point. Thank you very much. Pass that marmalade, will you, Watson?
Holmes, is that the morning paper you brought with you, Lestrade?
Yes, Doctor. Want me to read you the headlines?
Yes, please do.
Yeah. Hampstead Heath murderer captured in fire that destroys waxwork exhibition. You know, Mr. Holmes, you and Doctor were lucky you weren't burned to death. Never mind the chance you ran of having your throat cut by that maniac.
It was fortunate that the police and firemen were on the scene as quickly as they were. Lebec had the strength of 10 men.
Yes, the strength of a madman. He'll never stand trial, of course.
No, Doctor. He'll end up in an asylum where he belongs. Mr. Holmes, what made you suspect Lebec?
You first gave me the clue yourself, Lestrade. You told me that all the murdered girls were accompanied by men when they were attacked. All of them save one, Rose Bishop. Therefore, if the murderer was bent by hatred of love, he had to be someone very close to Rose Bishop to know that she was a suitable victim. That point alone, which I was shockingly slow in observing, should have told us to focus our attention on the father, Mr. Bishop, alias Lebec.
Well, your theory was certainly right, Mr. Holmes. You should have heard his raving after the arrest. He swore his daughter had been ruined, and so he'd killed her, too.
Holmes, the waxwork figure of the killer, the one with the veil over its face, the features underneath were those of Lebec himself, weren't they?
I'm certain of it, old fellow. You see, he had two great prides. The first, his natural pride as a fine craftsman in wax. The second, his perverted pride as a prominent and successful murderer. These two prides combined suggested to his crazed mind that he make a waxwork figure of himself and range it with the other great killers of history.
Yes, but he was cunning enough to protect himself by placing a veil over the face.
Precisely, my dear fellow. And when he saw us yesterday and we accepted the wager, he undoubtedly became suspicious and removed the wax figure last night and made his personal appearance as the murderer with every intention of killing us both. Yes, we were very lucky, old chap.
Yeah, if you ask me, Mr. Holmes, you've been very smart.
No, I quite agree, Lestrade. I think you solved the case brilliantly, Holmes.
No. I've been very sluggish. I solved by circumstance and melodrama what should have been a purely intellectual problem. I'm not pleased with myself. John, I hope that my name has not been used in that newspaper report.
No, it hasn't, sir.
Excellent. I want no credit in this case.
Oh, do you mean to say that you're going to let Scotland Yard get the praise for catching him, Holmes?
Why not?
Well, that's very generous of you, Mr. Holmes. It'll make things a lot easier for me.
Yes, it certainly will. Holmes, I can't see why you reproach yourself.
Because, my dear Watson, like the Hampstead Heath murderer, I, too, have my pride as a craftsman. This case had a clearly defined pattern, and I was unable to recognize it. If you should have occasion to chronicle this story, Watson, and I should prefer that you didn't, I would like you to entitle it The Education of an Idiot.
Oh, come now, Holmes. The education of an idiot? That's absurd.
I know. But if you do tell this story, it'll probably end up as The Strange Case of the Murderer in Wax.
Well, Doctor, that was sure a swell story. You know, that's the kind of story I like. Lots of action.
Well, that's the kind of story I like to tell. You know, Mr. Bartell, although our broadcasts were heard overseas every week through Armed Forces Radio, this is one of the few occasions that I've had the privilege of really telling my story directly to the boys. And it's been a great pleasure for me to be here at Camp Roberts.
Well, that not only goes for you, but for me, too, Doctor, and for the Petrie family. There are no words to describe how much our country owes our servicemen. And to all of you, the Petrie family wants to say, just as every American wants to say, thanks for a swell job. Well, Dr. Watson, what story are you planning to tell us next week?
Next week, Mr. Bartell, I'm going to tell you one of the strangest adventures that ever happened to Sherlock Holmes. It takes place in a monastery high in the mountains of Tibet and concerns itself with an avalanche, an execution, and a murder.
Tonight's Sherlock Holmes adventure was written by Dennis Green and Anthony Boucher and was suggested by an incident in Sir Arthur Conan Doyle's story, The Adventure of the Second Stain. Music is by Dean Fossler. Mr. Rathbone appears through the courtesy of Metro-Goldwyn-Mayer, and Mr. Bruce through the courtesy of Universal Pictures, where they are now starring in the Sherlock Holmes series. the Petri Wine Company of San Francisco, California, invites you to tune in again next week, same time, same station. This is Harry Bartell saying good night for the Petri family. For a solid hour of exciting mystery dramas, listen every Monday night on most of these same stations at 8 o'clock to Michael Shayne, followed immediately by Sherlock Holmes. This is the Mutual Broadcasting System.